So today is a little bit material heavy. Because I'm going to show you guys how to make your very own scratch art. So a lot of times you can buy scratch art paper from like an art store, but I'm actually going to show you how you can make your very own at home. But you do need some things. So I hope you looked at the list today of some of the materials. I'm going to be using oil pastels, but you can use crayons as well. You need a black one to get the cover on the top, and you need a bunch of different colors for the underneath. Okay. You also are going to need something to scratch with. I'm using a chopstick, but you could use the back of a paintbrush. In fact, I had a paintbrush that the top part fell off, so I'm using the back of it too. I like my popsicle stick though. I also have like my chopstick. I also have a popsicle stick that you could use a popsicle stick. A stick like this is going to give you a thicker line because it's a little wider than a stick like this. So you need to go around and find something that you're going to be able to scratch with. The last thing is paper. You are going to need some sort of paper today, as always, but thicker paper does work better. You can use copy paper, but I'm just using just like cardstock, and so the thicker paper works better. So if you have it, use it. If you don't, we'll just see what you have, like, and just try it out. You never know. Art is about experimenting. But like I said, today is a lot of material, a lot of different materials. It's kind of a test to see if what everybody has. All right. We're going to wait a few minutes to get started, but one thing that I do suggest you do is, so my paper started off this size, but I actually cut it down to work really small today, and you're going to see why, because it's a lot of work to make the paper. So we're just going to work kind of small today. So what I did was I just took my paper and I folded it in half. And then I folded it in half again, like this. So I folded it into fourths. And then I cut it so that I had, instead of a whole big sheet of paper, I just cut out one of these fourths, one of the sections, okay? So that's how I came up with this size. It's only a fourth of a sheet of paper. Welcome. Hi, Kyle. Oh, is that Vienna Victoria? I think it might be. Maybe. Okay, people are joining. Hi, Nissy. Okay, I was just going over materials. So today's a little bit materials heavy. There's a lot of new materials today. So I was saying that you need a thicker paper if you have it. You could try any kind of paper, but for like I have like it's a piece of cardstock, and I cut it down to a smaller piece because I'm going to work kind of small today to make our very own scratch art. This is my tester that I did right before class. So, and how I did it, and I'm going to show you guys, but you can use crayons, or I'm using they're just oil pastels. So these are they're Crayola oil pastels that I'm using, and I have an assortment of different rainbow colors. Oops, here, you know what? Let me make this easier on myself. Let me switch cameras. So I have an assortment of different like rainbow colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And then I also have an all-important black one. And the black one's going to be the one I put over on top. The other material you need is something to scratch with. So I'm using a chopstick, but you could use a chopstick. You could use a popsicle stick. You could use the back of a paintbrush. You could, this was a paintbrush that the bristle part fell off. So I just had that. Those are some options. If you could try like the back of a pencil, it might not, it's kind of thick. So the interesting thing is like the wider the base. So like this popsicle stick is going to give me a really thick line when I scratch with it. I'll show you on my example. So this was my example for my dragon. Let me zoom in just a little bit for you guys. This is my example. The popsicle stick is going to give a much thicker line than like the chopstick. Oops. It also depends on how hard I press. But I can get different qualities of lines. So I don't know if you can see the difference in like the thick and the thin lines. So you might want to like have a variety of different kinds of sticks or things to scratch with. Okay. All right. So yeah, so today is a lot of materials. Like I said, you can use crayons. They take a little bit longer. Oil pastels, because of the oil in them, they go on really smooth and thick. Crayons are wax-based, so they just don't go on as thickly or as fast. So today's also kind of gonna be a little bit hard on your hands. So you might want to like do some hand stretches beforehand, because you're going to be pressing down hard. You're going to be like trying to like really cover your paper. That's why I suggest working small today. Don't try to do a huge piece of paper don't try to make a whole paper scratch art, because one, it'll take you forever, and two, your hand will really hurt after a while. Okay. So scratch art is something that you can buy in the store, but I just think it's kind of fun to be able to make your own. So, all right, it is 10:06. We are going to get started. Toothpicks, that's a good one, Emily and Sophia. So toothpicks are really pointy on one end, so they'll give you like a nice sharp edge. You'll be able to do really fine lines. Okay, so the very first thing you're gonna do on your small paper, how big is this, Isaac? I took a regular piece of paper, like a 9.5 by 11, and I folded it in half and then in half again. So it was a fourth of a 9.5 piece of paper. I don't know the actual dimensions, but I cut it down so that it was much smaller. Good question. Okay, so the very first thing you're gonna do is with your oil pastels, and you can do this in any kind of pattern. I'm gonna go in rainbow order, but you can do it any way you want. Oh, one last thing I should say is this project can be a little bit messy. So if you're working on a table, you might want to see, I have a piece of paper put down like as a little placemat, because you're going to be trying to color your paper so that it goes all the way off your page. So you're just going to lay down a nice thick layer of color. So like I said, I'm going to do rainbow. So I'm starting with red. And like I said, I'm going all the way off my page. You can also see I'm pressing down pretty hard, because I want that color to get all on there. I don't want to see a lot of the white paper underneath. So I'm really pressing down hard, and I'm really trying to like cover my whole paper. So I'm gonna work in rainbow order. And like I said, this is easier for me to do with oil pastels than it is with crayons, but you can do it with crayons, but your hand, like I said, your hand might get a little bit tired.
I think that just answered Megan's question. I was just going to ask you.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, hi Megan. Yeah. So I was just saying that you could use oil pastels or crayons. Crayons work. You just have to, when you're, sometimes when you're coloring with crayons, you can see the paper through it. So you might have to press down harder with a crayon than you do with an oil pastel. Oil pastels just tend to be softer, and so they go on paper a little bit smoother. That's why I'm using them, but crayons work too. It might take you a little bit longer.
I have a question.
Sure.
So for the piece of paper, do you cut it or do you leave it folded?
Oh, I cut mine. Good question. Yeah, I did that before class. Sorry, I just didn't demonstrate it. But yeah, I cut it down so that it was a smaller sheet.
Thank you.
Good question. So you're just working and oop, I got some red in there. That's okay though. So you're working to just fill up the whole page with color. And like I said, it can be any pattern that you want. It can be any style that you want. I just happen to do rainbow order because I like rainbow paper, but if you wanted to make your entire paper red underneath or a different color underneath, that's totally up to you guys. One of the things I like doing when I work with colors in rainbow order is I like to overlap the colors a little bit, because sometimes you get, like, when I put the blue on top of this light green, I kind of get this turquoisey color, which is kind of nice. So you're trying to press down as hard as you can. And like I said, this is definitely, might tire out your hand. You might need to take a hand break, depending on how big of a piece of paper you're using. That's why smaller in this instance is better. And add some purple in here. Has anybody ever done scratch art before? You might have done it in school. I remember when I taught art in classrooms, we would do a lot of scratch art in school. I have a little bit of space left, so I'm just gonna go back to red. Finish it off with some red in the end.
Megan has.
Yeah, you've done it before? Cool, Megan. Yeah, I like doing scratch art. It's like, you kind of get a totally different type of art. It's all about, we were talking yesterday, if you were in my class, we were talking about implied texture. Scratch art is a lot of texture. Okay, and now I know I worked really fast, and you might not be done, so just keep working if you're still going. One thing that I do like to keep on hand is it's weird, but I keep a thing of baby wipes just to wipe my fingers off with, because I don't know about you, but oil pastels can get all over your fingers and they can get kind of messy. So I just keep a wipe near me, or maybe a damp paper towel to just clean my fingers off with. Okay. You've done scratch art before? Cool, Emily. Cool, Sophia. All right. So I know that you might not be ready for this next step, but just to show you what you're going to do once you have colored your whole paper with your colors. So like I said before, you're trying to get enough pigment onto your paper that, like, you can't really see the white paper underneath. And I worked so that I went all the way off my paper. You can see the line on my placemat where I went all the way off my paper so that all the edges were covered. So the next step is to take your black and to cover up everything you just did, which is crazy, I know. But you're just gonna take your black and doing the same thing, pressing down pretty hard. I'm gonna try it this way, it'll work this way. You're gonna actually cover that entire paper with black. So I'm already starting to cover it. And you might see a little bit of the color underneath, but that's okay. You might see a little bit of the rainbow colors. And like I said, like before, when you do with the rainbow, you're working all the way off the paper. So you're going all the way off. This is why it's best to work small, because my hand is already tired. This is the second one of these I've done today. And if you're working big, it definitely will take you a while. And especially if you're using crayons or instead of oil pastels, it will take you a while. But
Nissy's done scratch art too.
Oh, awesome, Nissy. Cool. Yeah, I like doing scratch art. It's kind of just like a fun little thing to do. It gives you a totally different style of art. Okay, so I'm just working to cover the whole paper. The cool thing about making your own scratch art too is when you're working on a piece of scratch art that was like you bought in the store, it can be a little frustrating because there's not a lot of room for mistakes. If you make a line on a piece of scratch paper, piece of manufactured scratch paper, you don't like it, you're kind of stuck with it. There's no way to erase that mark. But with scratch art that you make, there is a way to fix up any lines that you don't like. Basically, after I've scratched away at it, so I'm almost done with this. So when I covered it, you can kind of see, I can kind of see some of the colors underneath, but that's okay. I'm just gonna shake it over a trash can to get all those little like pieces off. There's any little pieces. But so this was my example that I did before class. And if I don't like a line, then all I have to do is take my black crayon or my black oil pastel and color over it. And instantly you've erased the line that you've done. Instantly, those lines are gone, which you can't do with scratch art paper that you buy. So there you have it. So it's kind of a cool trick with scratch art that you make. This placemat is so dirty that I'm going to trade it for a new one. There we go. Right. So I'm curious how far along everybody is. Everybody still working? Are you working on the rainbow, or are you working on like the first layer of color, or are you working on? Oh, I see Lily's doing the black. Megan says she's almost done with the rainbow. Awesome. Haley's looks like she's almost done with the black. See Vienna and Victoria working hard. Liliana, Heather Rose working hard. Okay. Hi, Judy. Okay.
So could you just briefly tell me the layers that I'm doing here?
Sure. So this was my example. You're working small, first of all. So I cut my paper down into fourths. And because it's tiring to make a whole page. And then I took just an assortment of rainbow colored oil pastels. And I just laid down on the first layer an entire layer of rainbow colors. And I worked in rainbow order, so you can kind of see, like on my example, it went from like red to orange to yellow to green to blue to purple.
Perfect.
And then you just cover it all up with the black.
Is that black pastel?
Yeah, I'm using oil pastels. I was saying that you can use crayons. You just have to work a little harder at it because you have to press down harder. Oil pastels are softer, so they go on a little easier and smoother. But crayons work too.
Perfect. I'm going to get mine.
Megan, what if we did this in reverse? That would be cool. Yeah. Oh, you mean like black underneath and like rainbow color on top? Huh. I've never considered that. That'd be interesting. Weird. Yeah, that's worth trying. You should experiment and see what happens. All right, Nissy, you're doing the black now. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna give everybody like another 2 to 3 minutes to keep working. Then we're actually gonna take a really brief breather, and I'm going to, if you want, I was going to do just a practice drawing of a dragon first before I attempt to scratch it into my paper. So keep working for another, so keep working for another couple minutes, and then we're just gonna do a really quick, like, I'm gonna do like a cartoonish dragon. I know some of you guys, I don't remember who it was, but yesterday there was a ton of people who drew these amazing dragons. So if you are a drawer of dragons, then your dragon will probably be way cooler than mine, because I don't think I've ever really drawn that many dragons in my life, but they're really cool. So I'm just going to show you how to do like almost like a cartoonish kind of dragon, and then we'll work on our scratch art. Oh yeah, you drew one. You see, one of them was yours, Megan. Yeah, the color. You're right. That's the hard part, is the black. You know, it's such a dark pigment that it covers all the color. Yeah, and it's true. I don't know if you could do the color on top of the black. It probably would not work very well. But you know what? It maybe work. It might work. Sometimes you just gotta try things and see what happens. You never know. So yeah, keep working for another couple minutes.
I have a question.
Sure.
You have to specifically do a dragon, or can you do like any magical creature?
Great question. You do not have to do a dragon. It's totally up to you what you draw. I thought dragons would be like kind of a fun thing to try, but absolutely, the scratch art is totally for you, and you guys can do any kind of picture you want.
Thank you.
That is a great question. Doesn't even have to be a creature. You could use it to write. You could make a journal page out of this. You could scratch out like a letter. This could be a card you make for someone. Welcome. I think did some people just join, Scott? Hi, welcome.
Yeah, I think so. There's Samantha.
Oh, hi, Samantha. So we're 20 minutes in. I can really quickly tell you what we did. So we're making our own scratch art. So what I did, this was my example. What I did was I took a piece of paper, and it was a thicker piece of paper. It's like cardstock, and I cut it down so it was kind of small because it's easier to work small for this project. And then using oil pastels, I laid down a thick, heavy layer of rainbow colors. So I covered the entire paper in rainbow colors. And then I took a black oil pastel and I covered all the colors with oil pastel. So you're left with something that kind of looks like this. And you can, if you hold up, you can kind of see some of the colors underneath, but that's okay. So that's the process by which we are making our scratch art. And then some of the other materials you need today are you need something to scratch with. Chopsticks work great. You can use a popsicle stick. You can use the back of a paintbrush. Anything you can find that you can scratch with. Sometimes you can even use a pencil. You could potentially like scratch with a pencil. It just depends. I don't know if the graphite in the pencil might show up when you do it, but it could potentially work. All right. So here.
Megan's using a tack to scratch.
Oh, that's interesting, Megan. Is it really sharp? You just got to be careful. If it's really sharp, it might like tear through your paper. So you got to like also the pointier the pointier the stick you use, the thinner the line. Yeah, Nissy, you want to share? Totally. Whoa, oh, awesome. That looks great. That's looking good. Cool. All right. Can I get a show of hands on who is done with their scratch art? So put your hand up in the air. I want to see who is done making the scratch art page. So Lily's done, Haley's done. I know that Nissy's done. Oh, okay. So Vienna and Victoria.
Still working.
Like, oh, Nissy, you are still working. Okay. All right. Oh, Kyle, you're done. Lizzie, you're not done. Okay. All right. All right. So I know that not everybody's done, and that's okay. But I am going to do a quick little demo of how to draw a dragon, which if you want to draw with me, I'm just doing it on my placemat. But you can draw along with me just as like a little practice before I try to do a scratch art one. If you don't want to follow along, if you want to keep working on your scratch art, then go for it. So for my dragon, like I said before, I'm going to do like a little cartoonish dragon. And I'm gonna start with a circle and a circle next to it for the eyes. And let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. So starting off with some eyes. And then coming out of the eye, and I'm not gonna add the pupils quite yet. Coming out of the eye is going to be a line coming down here. And then I'm gonna add a little nostril, another little nostril. So hopefully you can see that. And zoom in a little bit more. I add 2 little nostrils in. Then I'm gonna keep this line. I'm gonna take this line, I'm gonna curve it up and around like that, kind of like he's smiling. You can even give him a little little line there to show that he's smiling, because he's gonna be a happy, friendly, cartoonish dragon. Okay, I'm gonna start underneath this mouth. I'm just gonna kind of do a little curvy line under, and then a big curve for his belly. Oh, let me zoom out. So I did a big curve for his belly. Okay, I need to zoom out even a little more. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in his feet. So 1 foot is coming out here, and I'm just gonna give him like 3 little toes. 1, 2, 3, 3 little toes. Not being too fancy with it. He's gonna have another foot behind him. So 1, 2, 3 little toes on the other foot behind him.
Megan says her hands are dead.
I know, I told you this. It's like, it's especially when you're pressing really hard, you gotta like take some hand breaks and like stretch them out. All right, I'm gonna do that. Just a curved line underneath to continue the belly, kind of to keep it going. So it's just like a continuation of his belly line. And then up here, I'm gonna start with like a big C. That's gonna be part of his back leg. And then I can continue out here. I can give him 3 little toes for his back foot. And then I can start here, and I can give him like this is gonna be like a kind of a squiggly line up here for his tail. The start of his tail. And I bring it back down. And actually I can start to bring it up. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna curve this line just a little bit. I'll curve it out for his back. And you know what? I'm gonna pause there because I'm gonna add in, I want my dragon to be a flying dragon, so I'm gonna add in some wings in a second. But I can start up here at the top, and I'm gonna add some tiny little, like little horn buds. There's the little horns. I'm gonna continue down like that, but I'm gonna pause here because I want to leave some room to add in a wing, and you can be as creative as you want with your wings. So my wings are kind of gonna look like, maybe I'll come up like this, out. Like that. That's my little wing. I'm just gonna finish off these little lines so that they're all connected. I can add in, oh, his other foot, maybe his other little foot is hiding back here. There's his other foot back there. I can add in like the little like bumpy bits on his back. So I can like just go back here like this. I can even get creative and add in like a cool detail on the back of his tail. Maybe there's like a heart shape on the back of his tail. I definitely want to add in the other wing on the other side. So maybe his other wing comes out like that. There's one wing up and one wing out. I can go back in now and add in some of those details, like those all-important pupils. I can add in some like little details in the nostrils. So that's about it. If I want to get fancy, I can add in like a belly with some like curved lines across.
Dylan is asking how, but I'm not sure what he's referring to.
Yeah, Dylan, what's your question? Okay. Yeah, Dylan, if you have a question, yeah, okay. If you have a question, you can type it in, or if you want to unmute yourself, you could say it. Totally up to you. So, oh, it was to Megan. Oh, because her hands were dead.
Okay.
Because she was coloring in so hard. She was pressing down, because to make the scratch art paper, you really have to press really hard. She said the crayons killed them. All right. So as you can see, the dragon that I did as my example is too big to fit on my paper. So I better work smaller when I try to do my dragon on my scratch art. Can I get a show of hands? RIP hands. Can I get a show of hands to see who is finished with their scratch art and ready to start scratching? Lily's ready. Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Megan's ready. Brandy's ready. Wait, is that Brandy or is that Samantha?
I'm on my mom's computer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have to say, it's not the name. I was like, I don't recognize that name. Okay. I see some other people who are ready. Oh, Vienna Victoria look like they're almost ready. Okay. Oh, yes. You're ready. Is that Gina? Who's ready? Okay. All right. Well, if you're ready and you want to just get started scratching in, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to redo this dragon I just did. I'll zoom in a little bit. I'm going to have to work smaller. But if you want to do step by step with me, you're more than welcome. If you want to do a totally different type of dragon, like this, my example was a dragon head, you can do that. One really cool thing about scratch art is details, so texture. So you can see that like after I drew in this dragon, I really, really wanted to scratch away a little bit more to reveal some more of the colors. So I added in scales, I added in some lines on the neck. The more lines you scratch into your paper, the cooler these pictures end up looking. So keep that in mind when you're working. But I'm going to start with my little cartoon dragon. I'm going to start with his eyes at the very top because I know I'm not going to have a lot of room. So start with 2 little circles for some eyes. We'll zoom in a little bit.
There's a question, do I have to make a dragon?
Absolutely not. You can do anything you would like with your scratch art. These are your pieces of paper. You are your own artist. You can take it where you want to take it. Great question, Megan. All right. I'm going to do a curved line coming around here. It's going to be for his mouth. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to add in some little nostrils. One little nostril. Another little nostril. And I'm gonna on my practice drawing, I did his belly really big, so I think I'm gonna go a little smaller. Oh, here, I'll do a little curved line here to show that he's smiling. I'm gonna curve in, and I'm gonna curve out and around. And that's gonna be his belly. Oh, let me zoom out. I did a curved line like that for his belly. And then I'm gonna add in some little feet. 3 little toes. Like I said, I'm doing a cartoon dragon. There's another one back here. And a curved line coming back around here. And like I said before, if you do a line and you don't like it, you can erase it with your black crayon or your black oil pastel. Just draw over it. Draw over whatever line that you didn't like. Okay, I'm gonna start up here. I'm gonna do like a C shape for his back leg and foot. And I think I have a feeling his tail isn't totally gonna fit on my drawing, so it might be going off the page a little bit, and that's okay. So I start here, I do a curved, actually maybe I can make it fit, just barely. That, just a smaller tail I'm working with. So like that. Just tail. Scott, how is the, sometimes scratch art is a little hard to see. How is the visual?
It looks okay to me.
Okay, cool. All right. You don't have the black thingy, Dylan? Which black thingy? Like the oil pastel? So you can use a black crayon. You can use, it has to be a dark color. It doesn't even have to be black. Like I had a dark blue that I could have used too to cover up my paper. But I used black oil pastel or black crayon. Oh, the paper. So Dylan, we made the paper. Did you just join us, Dylan? So the paper, we made it using oil pastels. So we took crayons or oil pastels. That's what we've been spending the last 35 minutes doing. Was we laid down a layer of rainbow colors on a piece of paper, and then we covered up the rainbow with a black oil pastel. And now we're using a stick, like a chopstick, to scratch into it. So we had to make the paper. So if you have crayons, you can make your own paper. You just have, like I suggested to everybody that you cut your paper down so that it's small, because it can, as Megan was saying, it kills your hands because you have to press down really hard, okay? All right, sorry, Dylan. So yeah, if you have crayons, you can try to make your own. This will also be up on like we repost this to our YouTube channel, so that if maybe Scott will write the link in. So if you aren't able to make one today and you're still unsure how to make it, you can go back and rewatch. Okay. All right. I'm going to add in a wing here. There we go. And I'm going to add in the top part of his head. So I give him two little, call them little horn buds. I'm going to come down, connect these lines. There we go. I'm going to give him his other wing. I think is going to be going off the page, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll only see part of it, but that's okay. And I'm going to give him, oh, that like the bumpy, spiky back. It's like spiky back part. Ooh. Okay, give him a little bit of that detail on his tail. And I'm going to give him some of the details like pupils for eyes. Some nostril holes. I'm definitely going to give him a belly with some curved lines. And I think I might give my dragon scales, just because like before, I think the more you carve out, the more interesting it is. Flip this over, because the more texture and the more color it kind of reveals. And the more lines that you make, especially if you have if you can vary the thickness and the thinness of your stick. So I just flip my chopstick over and I'm using the other side of the chopstick, because one side of my chopstick has just the round part, and then the other part it's like flatter and it has some sharp edges on the side. So I'm using the corners to get a thinner line. You can have a variety of different style of lines. Oh, I'm sorry, Dylan, that you don't have crayons or pastel. You can always just draw a dragon. It could be something that you do. Yeah, today was heavy on materials. I was I've been experimenting to see if who has different kinds of materials in their homes, because sometimes it's nice to try new things. Oh, bye, Lizzie. Well, like I said before, oh, maybe I'll just give him like a, I don't know what this will look like, but I'm gonna give him like a little spiky part in his head, and then back here it's gonna be scales.
Megan says this is satisfying to do.
It is kind of satisfying when you like scratch away. There's something, especially like when you've done like a layer of rainbow colors underneath. There's something really cool about it. I agree, Megan. And like you can do any kind of drawing you want. It can be any kind of creature.
Des is done.
Whoa, you're totally done with your entire thing? Oh, awesome. Do you want to share it, Des?
Once again.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's backlit. Yeah, you're backlit because of the windows right behind you. Oh.
Mhm.
It's really hard to see. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Des.
let me try to flip the laptop.
Yeah. We'll come right back to you if you want to. Oh, here. Yeah, that's actually. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a really cool. That's a really cool dragon. Oh wait. Oh, you did your creature from last from last class. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I like that you did your that you're continuing in the theme. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I remember he had like a crazy name. It was like the head. I remember it was like the arms of like a, was it a cricket? What was it, Des? Tell me again. What were the body parts that you did?
So the arms were a spider, the head was a goat, and the body was like a steampunk mechanical spider. And my brother and I didn't even like notice that we both drew spiders. So
That's so cool, though. I love it. That's a really. I like the I like the way it came out, because I think that you did the shading really well on your drawing. I also like that you're carrying it through a different medium.
thank you.
Very cool. All right, so here are my two examples. I have like a more cartoony dragon. I have like a little more realistic style-ish. Well, the dragons aren't very realistic.
That's funny.
Dragon. Yeah, you kind of can't get any less realistic than dragon. But all right, two different styles of dragons we have here. I don't know what you call them. All right. Is there anybody else who wants to share, or is
Yeah, I'm done.
oh, who is that?
Is Liliana and Heather Rose?
Yeah, let's see.
Here's mine so far.
Oh, wow, that came out cool. Yours is like definitely a more like a realistic. I don't know how to say that. I like the wings, like with the sinews, the sinew wings. What color did you do underneath?
I did colors of the rainbow, so I used a red, an orange, 2 yellows, 2 greens, 2 blues, a purple, and a pink.
That's awesome. I guess I should have said beforehand that I guess you could technically make your own scratch art without putting a layer of color underneath. You could just do it with the white paper underneath. So if you wanted to cut the time in half, but I prefer the color. That looks awesome. Really cool. I like the dragon also flying in the background, the little one. Ooh, whoa. That's cool. That's cool. I totally see the wings and the scales that are coming out. What's on the very bottom?
Those are just
An
the
egg. Oh, okay. I thought it was a dragon egg.
sort of stained glass stuff.
Oh. For some reason I saw that circle at the bottom and I thought it was like a dragon egg and like little dragon baby next to it.
Oh, maybe
That's
I
very
should make that.
Yeah, that looks awesome. Cool. Very
Thank you.
cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, does anybody else want to share?
I finished.
Oh, who is that? Who is
Here's
saying?
Brandy.
My name's Haley. Sorry, I'm using my
Haley.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
Haley. Haley,
What
your name was written in at the beginning, and then it, like I think you
the
switched it.
computer died.
Oh, I see. I gotcha. All right. Whoa, you treated it like a journal, like a journal entry with like a word in a cloud.
Yeah, I had time to do two.
Whoa, Fire Queen, nice. So you know what's really cool? You could go back and like add in some more texture to that. Like, I bet you could like, if I was gonna do a cloud, like, you could do like, let's see. So if this was my cloud here, I could go back in. I could do like more lines around it. I could like do some like give it like little puffy things to make it look really like scratch into it. Experiment some more. Do more scratching. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if I turn it this way, you can kind of see it.
You can see it better
try.
like that.
Yeah, sometimes when I hold things up to the sun, you can see it a little better. Oh my gosh, maybe that's the puff of cloud after his fire. It's like,
Vienna and Victoria would like to share.
yeah, let's see. Whoa, girls, you got to bring it a little closer, I think.
Okay. What is it?
Ooh, that came
Oh.
out cool. Oh, I can see the scratching. Oh wait, are they little birds? Tell me about this. Tell me about your drawing.
I modeled them after these two.
That's what I thought. Oh, it's like the little puffer fish that Scott loves. Scott really likes puffer fish.
Yeah, it's cute.
Oh, those are so cute. And the little kitty cat. I see the little kitty cat now. Very cool.
Can I show you?
I think it's an owl.
Okay.
Let's see. Ooh. Oh, whoa. I see the scratching on that one. Nice. Look at that little drawing. I like that you girls were using like little like creatures from around your house as inspiration. Oh, does that kitty have a name?
I forgot her name. It's
Oh.
on the news.
She's super cute. She's super, super cute. And thank your mom for helping you. I saw her hand is probably tired. I saw you doing some of the work. Yeah, this project is a little tiring. Very cool.
Yeah, thank
Very
you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I think Lily has to leave.
Oh, bye, Lily. Lily, do you want to share before you have to leave?
I will type it in the chat.
Okay.
So in reason.
Okay. No worries.
Kitty cat! Yay! Kitty cat! We even have a little mer-dragon. Kitty cat.
Okay. If anybody else would like to share, or if they're all still working. Oh, yeah.
Here's Samantha.
Samantha. One second. Okay.
One second. Okay.
All right. No worries.
Sorry, it's just there was excess pieces of pastel. Anyway.
No worries. Ooh. Oh, I see. I see. So I like that you're like testing it out and doing a really small. Oh, I love the one on the bottom came out really well. I can see the one on the bottom a little better. Whoa, and look at that one. I like that you're just like testing it out with like small little like areas. Yeah, the one in the middle, that middle drawing, I can really see the scratching on that one. Ooh, and I like the horn on his nose. Oh, you are an expert at drawing dragons. Really, you are.
Yeah, I've drawn it ever since I was little, so I mean.
All right. Is there anybody else who would like to share? We have a few minutes left, so if you're still working, I like that it was I like the idea that Samantha just showed us of like doing like small little patches of area and then like just testing out their little drawings and little areas. Kyle, certainly you can share.
Don't see his video yet.
Okay, Kyle, when your video comes up, you can definitely share. I did see Nissy's hand up. So we'll go to Nissy and then Kyle when you're, oh wait, okay. I think Kyle just got his video up, but go ahead, quick Nissy, and then we'll go to Kyle. Oh, Nissy, oh wait, oh there we go. Oh, whoa, yours is like a serpenty, like snake dragon with like a cool, like snake-like tail. Your audio is not working, Nissy, so I don't know if you're speaking, but we can't hear you. Ooh, that's the inspiration drawing. Look at those wings. Oh, those are rad. What a cool dragon. I feel like that dragon should exist like in the ocean or in the water. It like has like a serpentine body, like a snake-like body. Thanks for sharing. And see, Kyle, yeah, you ready? Oh wow, Kyle, that came out beautiful. Look at that amazing dolphin. Is that a dolphin in space, or is he in in the deep sea? You'll know. That came out.
I don't know. I was thinking it was going to be in the ocean, but I didn't really get to finish the bubbles in the sea. But
No worries. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is the ocean. That like, especially when you have the bubbles in there. That's awesome. Wow, you nailed the shape of it. Perfect. I have a question for you. Were you using oil pastels or were you using crayons?
oil pastels.
Yeah, I
It
think
came out a bit dark. Like yours was so like bright when you scratched underneath it, but mine was like kind of dark and gray underneath. So
you know what though, the black, I think that yours was really successful because the black was so thick. So it seems like from the ones I'm seeing, it seems like the oil pastels work a lot better than the crayons. But yeah, I think that it came out really awesome. Nice job. Really nice job. Is there anybody else who would like to share?
Here's Megan.
Yeah, Megan. Whoa, your space picture. Oh, that looks awesome. I like the galaxy going through. Oh, and I see the little rocket. Did you watch the shuttle launch on was it Saturday? You did? It was so cool. It was so cool. I liked watching when they met up with the space station too. Oh, I can tell you were inspired. That looks amazing. Very cool. Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
Here's
Hi,
Cassie.
Cassie. Ooh. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, keep going. Go like this because I can see it sometimes when the light hits it. Bring it a little closer. A little closer to the camera. There we go. Oh, I can kind of see it. Yeah. Is that your inspiration drawing on the back? Is it a unicorn? Oh, your sound isn't working.
The alicorn.
An alicorn. Ooh, I see it now. I totally see that now. Very cool. I like that you had a whole little like scene on the back, and then you, oh, so it sometimes when you hold it up, Casty, it like goes against the sun. So sometimes when I'm holding it, like if I like tilt it to the sun a little bit, you can see it a little better. Yeah, let's go back to you. Let's see here, let me spotlight. Oh, got it. Cool. Go the other way. It's so hard to see these on the, okay, then, yeah, there we go. I can kind of see it now. Now, there we go. Oh, cool. Very cool. Nice work. Really nice work. Very awesome.
I made it from this unicorn I got from Portugal.
Oh, that's so cool. That's amazing. That's so amazing. I love it. Oh my gosh. That is so, so cool. Oh, you have to go, Lily? Okay. Very cool. Scott, somebody just came to the studio to pick something up. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Scott. Sorry. I just have to give them something really quickly. Apologize, guys. Sorry. Thank you. You too. Bye.
Did anyone else want to share?
I'm back. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So somebody was supposed to come at 11 to pick up some portfolios, and they came early. And there was no way to tell them I was in a class. Yeah, is there anybody else who wants to share? We have a few minutes left.
Oh, I see Samantha's hand up.
Yeah, Samantha. Ooh, I love it. I love that you're doing these little little tester tiles. It's totally like each one is like a little practice, and you're like getting better on each one. Very cool. Thanks for sharing. All right. So I'm sure you guys all know tomorrow is Wednesday. So it is Mike Funt's class. If you like clowning, then take his class. But I'll be back on Thursday. Oops. I think we have to fix the listing is wrong. So on Thursday, we're doing like foxes. So different kinds of like magical foxes. So I'll have to fix the links because it says we're doing scratch art again, but that's wrong. So if you join us on Friday or on Thursday and Friday, so Thursday we're doing these fanciful foxes, which I think are really cool looking. And I'll show you a little bit more about how to do those on Thursday. And then Friday is my favorite day because that's Artist's Choice Day. So all these mythical creatures that we've been talking about, on Friday, you're gonna get to pick your own, and you're gonna get to pick your own mediums too. So you could do scratch art, you could do clay, you could do paint, you could draw, you could build, you could sculpt. It's totally up to you what mediums you work in, and it's also totally up to you what kinds of mythical or magical creature you want to make. It could be a unicorn, a dragon. It could be something from a book or a novel, like a hippogriff from Harry Potter. It could be something from mythology. It could be like a Greek god or goddess, or it could be something you just make up from your mind. So that's my favorite day is Friday. So if you want to get super creative with me, join on Thursday and Friday. This is the last call for anybody who would like to share.
Nissy.
Yeah, Nissy. Ooh, I like that you added color to your picture. Oh, that's some really nice blending of the green and the blue. That looks beautiful. Really nice job. That color really adds something to that drawing. Very nice. Liliana and Heather Rose, I think, have their hands raised. Hi, girls.
Hi, here's mine.
See. Ooh, whoa. That's a oh my gosh. The wings totally look like stained glass. Is that the look you were going for?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally what they look like. That's beautiful. Wouldn't that be a really amazing dragon if it like was flying overhead and like it flew in front of the sun and you could see the stained glass like coming through their wings? That's so neat. I love it. You should add some color to that for sure. Awesome.
Well, I add a little bit more to my picture here.
Let's see. Ooh.
I added this dragon here. You probably
Yeah.
can't see it very well.
I know, I totally can see him right there.
I added fire to this dragon's eyes.
Whoa. That's really cool. I didn't mention it earlier, but I also like how you did is it the sun on the top with like the rays coming out? Yeah, I like you have like a whole scene with like the dragons flying in the air. And the smoke coming up from his nostril is a nice touch. That's a really nice
I was
touch.
also drawing a dragon in my free time. It's kind of sketchy, but you know.
Ooh, it's got a great shape. Really great shape. Yeah, very nice. I like the chin beard. Why do dragons always have chin beards? They're always cool. They're cool looking.
Thank you.
Makes them look great. Makes them look very wise. Yeah, you're welcome. Nice drawings and scratch art. All right, guys. This is the last call for sharing. Anybody who wants to share their work, who hasn't had a chance or added something to it. All right, Nissy. What'd you add? Oh, you added color to the wings. Nice. I see. I like it. I think that's a really beautiful drawing. I think that the subtle touch of color adds a lot to it. Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
Is Judy?
Oh, hi, Judy. Oh, wow, Judy, yours came out great. You must have been using oil pastels. Yeah, it's the oil pastels definitely add, like they make it, I think a little easier because you don't have to press so hard. But your dragon came out awesome. Thanks for sharing. So you can make your own scratch art and draw anything you want. Like you can take this technique and like any kind of drawings. Hi, Emily. Hi,
I'm
Sophia.
doing this. I haven't finished coloring it in, but it kind of looks like a galaxy, so I might draw something.
Oh, it's beautiful. You're being that's really ambitious to do a whole page. Oh my gosh. Your hands must be exhausted, girls. Do your hands hurt? Kind of? Oh, I love it.
And my arm hurts.
Yeah, your fingers need a wash after this. That's awesome though.
My name and the date, but I'm not really sure what I want to draw yet. I'm thinking of maybe someone saying something.
Ooh, okay. Very cool. I love it. I love that you prepared your scratch art for drawings later. Nice job. Really nice job. So ambitious to do a whole page. I know my hand would hurt. You guys did great. I love that everybody was trying out a new thing today. Really nice work. Hopefully I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. All right. Have a great Wednesday and the rest of your day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.